It's official. After years of tears, betrayal, babies, and broken promises, Rasheeda finally did what fans have been begging for since season 6. She filed the divorce papers, and this time it ain't just personal, it's business. 'Cause Rasheeda isn't just leaving Kirk behind. She's demanding full control of every brand they build together, from Press Boutique to Frost Bistro. The documents leaked late last night, and fans are shook. Not only does Rasheeda want the marriage dissolved, she's demanding Kirk step away from every venture with her name attached permanently. Why now? Why after all this time? Word is, a final betrayal pushed her over the edge, and we've got the exclusive receipts, alleged secret accounts, stolen funds, and a move Kirk made behind her back that might just destroy his entire empire. Buckle up, y'all. The Queen just filed, and she's not looking back. The vibe was different. Something in the air felt final. Rasheeda had been silent for days. No social media posts, no interviews, not even a story. And in the world of love and hip-hop, silence usually means one thing: something major is about to drop. At first, fans assumed it was just emotional fatigue. After all, she had just faced the ultimate humiliation. Not one, but possibly 2 secret children fathered by Kirk Frost, while he played husband, business partner, and co-star like nothing ever happened. But the truth, Rasheeda wasn't resting. She was planning. And when the papers dropped at 10:46 a.m. on a Monday morning straight into the Fulton County clerk system, the whole industry stopped breathing. Rasheeda Buckner Frost versus Kirk Frost grounds. Irreconcilable betrayal and financial concealment. Requested relief. Sole ownership of all shared business ventures, IP rights, and brand equity. Translation: she's not just leaving the man, she's taking the entire empire with her. Social media went insane. WAITTT, Rasheeda filing for divorce and taking the brands. Queen behavior. Not pressed, not Frost Bistro, not the whole bag. This ain't just messy. This is corporate war. Within an hour, #free, RASHEEDA, and #full control were trending. Globally, bloggers raced to get the scoop, and then the photos dropped. Rasheeda walking out of her attorney's office, dressed in all black like a grieving widow, except this time she was burying her marriage, not mourning it. Hair slicked, face beat. Chanel heels on the concrete, no tears, just power. A close-up showed the manila folder in her hand. Label, final. Filing Rasheeda B. Frost. Meanwhile, Kirk was nowhere to be found. Sources close to production say he was blindsided. They weren't even speaking. One producer said, "We assumed they were taking space, but she was prepping this whole move in silence." And then the receipts started hitting, allegedly. Rasheeda's legal team uncovered hidden payments and funnel accounts, money being withdrawn from Pressed Boutique under a shell LLC named RRF Logistics. The twist: RRF didn't stand for Rasheeda's initials like fans thought. It stood for Rashawn R. Frost, Kirk's cousin. He was siphoning off funds through family, and Rasheeda had bank statements, timelines, and signatures to prove it. That was the final straw. In a leaked audio clip, Rasheeda is heard telling her lawyer, "He used my name to get rich and my loyalty to stay safe. I built this. I bled for this. And he gambled it like it was his." Cut to VH1 cast chat private group text leak. Carly read, "WHEW Chili. Rasheeda Dunn pulled the final card. Bambi. It's the brand control for me. She ATE. Spice. Not Frost Bistro getting you unfrosted Lou Yandy. I mean, should have left. Sierra? Now, that's a rebrand." I'm following the Queen backstage at VH1. Producers were panicking. Bye. Because Rasheeda wasn't just the centerpiece of the franchise. She was the anchor. If she walked away completely, they'd lose the core of season 14. Mona Scott-Young called an emergency meeting with Rasheeda's team. She's the star now. She owns her moment. If we lose her, we lose everything. But Rasheeda had conditions. No. Kirk, nitrogen monoxide forced reconciliation. FULL creative control if she stayed. Otherwise, she'd take her following her brands, her truth, and go directly to Netflix or Bet Plus. Yes, she was already taking meetings. Then TMZ leaked the first draft of the divorce filing. Petitioner requests full legal ownership of Pressed Boutique, including all branding rights, e-commerce domains, inventory records, and marketing IP, arguing that she was the primary creative and financial force behind the brand's growth. Petitioner also requests that respondent be barred from profiting off the likeness, name, or historical affiliations of Pressed Boutique, Rasheeda B. Frost, or any associated brand assets post-divorce. Boom. That wasn't just a divorce. That was a corporate cleanse? But the mess didn't stop there. A secret voice note surfaced allegedly from Kirk's cousin Rashawn. It's the same one tied to the shady LLC. He's heard saying, "Yo, I told Kirk to stop using my name to pull money from Pressed. I ain't trying to be dragged into his drama." He said Rasheeda would never find out. Now look. Fans were furious. He dragged his whole family into this scam. She gave him forgiveness, and he gave her theft. This ain't just divorce. It's business warfare. Cliffhanger ending part 1. A leaked clip shows Rasheeda sitting down with her legal team for a filmed confessional. She looks directly into the camera and says, "People said I was dumb for staying, that I was weak. But here's the truth. I didn't stay because I was weak. Stayed because I was waiting to get everything I earned. Now, I got it. Man, I'm walking away on my own terms." Cut to black. The pressure was building. Kirk Frost knew it. He'd been silent for days. No posts, no stories, no "it's all lies" defense. Because the truth was, couldn't deny it. Rasheeda had receipts, not speculation. Not gossip. Real documentation, transfers, texts, contracts, and more. But still, Kirk wasn't going down without a fight. On Thursday morning, he showed up at Rasheeda's downtown boutique unannounced. Cameras were not scheduled to film. But once security called production, they turned the cameras on immediately. And what happened next was explosive. Rasheeda was in the middle of a staff meeting when Kirk barged in. "Can we talk?" he asked, barely making eye contact. Her entire team looked stunned. One assistant reached for the phone, ready to call security. Rasheeda stood slowly, lips tight. "Y'all give us a minute," she said, nodding to her staff. Once the doors closed, behind them, she turned to him. "You got 1 minute. Start talking." Kirk took a deep breath. "I didn't steal from you." Rasheeda blinked. "You want to lie to me again? On camera?" He shook his head. "No, listen. I set up that LLC with Rashawn to cover some restaurant losses. It wasn't supposed to be permanent. You were tied up with Pressed, and I panicked." "Panicked," she repeated. "So you funnel money from a joint business through your cousin's name, and that's your defense." He stepped closer. "I wasn't trying to play you. I was trying to fix things without you knowing." She laughed cold and hard. "That's the problem. You keep doing things without me knowing." Then she reached into her bag and pulled out a thumb drive. "Here's what you forgot," she said. She walked over to the store's TV monitor, plugged it in, and pressed play. Footage began rolling. Surveillance video. From Prestige, from the back-end system. From his office, there was Kirk, authorizing purchases, signing receipts, logging into accounts under Frost admin. Then came the killer clip him, instructing Rashawn via voice memo to send that $12K through the ghost account so it don't touch Pressed main books. Kirk went pale. "You recorded me." Rasheeda smirked. "You recorded yourself?" Cut 2. Blog headlines the same day. Rasheeda exposes Kirk with hidden footage. "This divorce is getting nasty. Kirk caught red-handed in. Secret financial footage. Can he fight this in court?" Press play on that receipt. Rasheeda ain't playing. And the fans. They had Rasheeda's back all day. She got video footage. "Girl, this ain't LHH anymore. This is law and order. Rasheeda unit Kirk's been messing up since flip phones. But this This is career ending. Not her pulling out a thumb drive like it's a courtroom. She's a legend now. Back at the store, Kirk tried to save face. I never meant to embarrass you. Swear, I thought I was protecting us. You were protecting you, Rasheeda cut in. Just like when you hid the first baby. Just like when you stayed silent during the Jasmine drama. Just like when you walked around like Maya's son didn't exist. He looked down. You stole from me, Kirk. Not just money, time, energy, years. He tried to interrupt. She raised her hand and I forgave you. I built brands with you. Rebuilt a marriage in front of millions and you treated it like content. Silence. You don't get to be shocked I filed. Should be grateful. I didn't press charges. Kirk looked stunned. Cut 2. Confessional footage. Rasheeda solo. I stayed because I believed in the man he could be. Now I'm done with the fantasy. I'm building my own legacy now. No attachments, no liabilities, no Kirk. Cut 2. Confessional footage. Kirk solo. I'm messed up. I know that. But she's walking away with everything I helped build. I just want one thing. Just one. Next day, court filing leak. Kirk. Frost files a response to the divorce, requesting continued rights to be associated with Prest and Frost Bistro as a co-founder. Rasheeda's legal team responded within 24 hours. There will be no shared rights. No co-promotion, no Kirk-branded anything moving forward. She was done. That night, Rasheeda went live, not to cry, not to rant, just to clarify. I built Prest. I curated every rack, every supplier, every launch. Kirk was the face when it was convenient, but I was the heartbeat. Her words sent chills. I'm not just filing for divorce from a man. I'm filing for divorce from manipulation, from silence, from survival mode. I'm not surviving anymore. I'm scaling. New clip from Prest and Unbothered, her upcoming solo show. Rasheeda walking through her warehouse. Finalizing launch orders. No drama, no Kirk. Just business. She looks at the camera and says, "You want peace? Sometimes you've got to burn the bridge that keeps dragging you backward." Cliffhanger ending part 2. Late that night, Kirk posts a blurry IG story of him outside Frost Bistro, standing alone with no caption. Then deletes it within minutes. Fans? Screenshot it anyway. He knows it's over. That man is lost without her. She took the empire. And left him with echoes. 2 days after Kirk's weak attempt to reclaim co-founder status, Rasheeda filed something even more aggressive. A formal restraining order, but not the kind you're thinking. This one. Business-specific. Her legal team submitted a brand protection restraining order preventing Kirk from appearing at, promoting, profiting from, or accessing any location or asset tied to the Prest brand, including Prest ATL, Prest, Houston, Frost Bistro, the mobile app, online storefront, and social platforms. Who? This was chess, not checkers. And guess what? It was approved. According to court insiders, Rasheeda argued, my ex-husband's presence or involvement actively threatens the public image, financial integrity, and consumer trust of the Precede brand. She even submitted examples of online backlash where fans said they wouldn't shop Prest if Kirk stayed involved. Ouch. And here's the wild part. Rasheeda used Kirk's OWN past scandals in her argument. The Jasmine Washington scandal. Submitted. The paternity tests included the funnel account with Rashawn. Centerpiece evidence. It painted a picture of a man who wasn't just toxic personally, he was damaging to the brand. And the judge. He agreed. Effective immediately, Kirk was banned from stepping foot into any Prest location or using the brand. For financial gain, violate it once and the fine start at $25,000. Just like that. Kirk was out. Cut 2. VH1 cast reaction group chat. More leaks. Carly read. He really fumbled the bag, Spice, and she kept it classy the whole time. Erica Mena, wish I had moved like this with Safri. Scrappy Rasheeda. Really went CEO on him, respect Yandi? I just want to know what Jasmine got to say now. Well, Jasmine did say something, out of nowhere. Jasmine Washington went live with a spicy little message, holding her phone in bed, edges. Laid lip gloss popping. She smirked and said, "Told y'all Kirk was a fraud. Y'all dragged me for years like I was the one ruining the marriage." Meanwhile, she finally sees it. "So, hey Rasheeda, welcome to the club, sis." Then she dropped a bomb. "But, just so y'all know, there might be another baby out. There, Kirk ain't claimed yet. Not mine this time, though. But I got receipts, double quotes, boom." The internet went nuts. WAIT, another baby. This man was building a daycare, not a brand. How many more skeletons is Kirk hiding? Rasheeda better run another DNA check and add a clause in that divorce fast. TMZ followed up within hours, and what they uncovered? Kirk had allegedly been paying $600 a month for a mentorship sponsorship to a woman in Charlotte, who just gave birth last year. Insiders are now calling it the Carolina baby. Who? Cut to Rasheeda confessional clip. Filming later that day, "I gave this man chance after chance, and every time he gave me a new reason to leave. I didn't walk away out of nowhere. I walked away to save what I built. Because if I stayed one more year, there'd be nothing left." She wipes a single tear, not sadness, but release. They say loyalty is everything, but loyalty without boundaries, that's slavery. The next move. Rasheeda's full rebrand Frost Bistro is quietly being renamed Pressed Kitchen and Lounge. Pressed ATL and Houston are undergoing visual and voice revamps. A new logo was unveiled, just pressed in bold red caps, no frost, no initials. Her press team confirmed it's the first phase of Rasheeda's solo expansion. Even better, Target and Nordstrom are reportedly interested in carrying a limited fashion line. COLLAB. This ain't just a breakup. This is a takeover. Fan comments on her brand's IG. She ain't rebuilding. She's evolving you. Don't need Kirk. You are the brand. Pressed without the frost is iconic. I'm copying everything from now on. Confessional Kirk, looking washed. I guess I should have listened. I didn't think she'd really walk. Now I'm watching everything I built, everything we built, disappear. And she ain't even looking back. Cliffhanger ending, part 3. As the episode closes, we see Rasheeda in a boardroom, surrounded by lawyers and executives. She flips a document over to the head of the table. "We're almost done. All I need now is for him to sign." A camera pans to the paper, final brand release agreement. Cut to black. The room was silent. The pen sat on the contract. The cameras waited. The attorneys waited, but Kirk Frost didn't move. He stared at the final brand release agreement like it was a death certificate. Rasheeda didn't blink. "Sign it," she said calmly. Kirk shifted in his seat. His jaw tightened. "I helped build this," Rasheeda replied with no hesitation. "And now you're helping let it go." Still, he didn't touch the pen. Then he asked it the question no one expected. "What if I don't?" And just like that, the air changed. Rasheeda leaned back, folded her arms, and said what everyone was thinking. "Then you'll be dragged in court so long you won't be able to afford a belt to match. Those suits you're so proud of." Boom! A few folks in the room gasped. But Kirk wasn't done. He pushed the document back across the table. "I want one last meeting. Just us. No cameras, no lawyers." She stared, then stood up. "You're 10 years too late for that." And walked out. By that night, Kirk went on IG Live for the first time in weeks. The caption said, "Not my side, just the truth." Within 90 seconds, over 60K people tuned in. He didn't cry. He didn't rage, but he looked exhausted. "I messed up, man. I really did. But now it's like she's trying to erase me, like I never existed. I didn't cheat the brand. I just didn't do things by the book. I was under pressure trying to keep things going, then the bomb. She'll think I'm the only one who made mistakes. Ask her what she did when we were on that tour back in 2020. Ask her about the Miami situation." Comments lit up immediately. "What? Rasheeda cheated. This man really tried to flip the script last minute. You had 20 years to be a man. You chose IG Live. Bye, then. Kirk said a name, Jasmine. Can you please tell them I wasn't the only one dirty? That's right, he called out Jasmine Washington on Live. And guess who popped into the chat? At JazzWashReal Verified. She left one comment, "Don't make me drop the receipts, Kirk. I warned you." Live ended by the next morning, Jasmine posted a cryptic story of a man's tattooed arm holding her waist in a dimly lit lounge. The caption, "The man you said wasn't a threat is the one building a brand next door to Prest." Fans zoomed in and quickly matched the tattoos to a former label mate of Kirk's, Betrayal. Betrayal was a minor artist signed to one of Kirk's failed music ventures back in 2015, but now was rumored to be launching a rival fashion brand in Atlanta, directly across the street from Hull. Pressed ATL, and he wasn't alone. Jasmine was backing him. A new LLC was filed the same day as Rasheeda's court hearing name. Pressed out? Yes. You read that right? Same font, similar colors. Intentionally shady, it was revenge marketing at its finest. Cut to Rasheeda's reaction at a branding meeting. They can steal the color, they can steal the vibe, but they'll never steal me. Prest ain't just a store, it's a story. And people know who the real author is. Her team agreed but warned her. Social media was eating the feud up. Some fans started #Team Jasmine hashtags. Others dragged Kirk even more. But the divide was forming, and that's when Betrayal went public. He did a sit-down interview with a podcast where he said, "Kirk left me in the dust back in 2015. Now I got his ex, his regrets, and his replacement brand." The disrespect was loud. He even called Rasheeda a legacy trapped in trauma and accused her of using feminism as a marketing tool. Clip went viral. CHARLAMAGNE reposted it with the caption, "Sheesh, this ATL mess is wild." Meanwhile, Kirk's lawyers were now pressuring Rasheeda for a counteroffer. If you don't let him clone the mobile app, he'll contest the tax filings from last year, and that could bring Prest's expansion deals to a halt. Her response? Simple. She went live again, this time from inside the Prest warehouse. She showed stacks of orders. A booming business. Her staff grinding. Then she said, "This ain't no conorship situation. This is a comeback story. And anyone standing in my way will be treated like competition, even if your name used to be Kirk Frost." The line went viral. Shade Room posted it. Essence reposted it with the headline, "Rasheeda declares war on Kirk, and she's winning." But the real dagger. Bet reached out with a proposal. They wanted to give Rasheeda her OWN solo series. Tentative title, Prest. Rebuilt by Rasheeda, no Kirk. No co-stars. Just her. Her brand. And her journey as a solo mogul did. It was everything she dreamed of. But one clause stood in the way. She needed Kirk's release signature to remove him from all past footage. And brand licensing. The final moment of the episode. Rasheeda's staring at her phone as her lawyer says he's refusing again. Her face goes cold. She grabs her jacket and says, "Then I'll go get it myself." Camera fades. Black screen. To be continued. The next scene opens on a cold, rainy Atlanta night. Rasheeda steps out of a black SUV in front of an unfamiliar house. Quiet, but lights on. She's not here for drama. She's here for a signature. But what she finds was never supposed to be seen. As she walks up the porch, she notices a familiar pair of sneakers near the door. Carter's their son. Wait. Why was Carter here? She knocks. No answer. She knocks again, harder, and then the door opens. Not by Kirk, but by Kirk's cousin, Ronnie. It's the one who disappeared after those sketchy financial rumors last year. Ronnie's eyes go wide. "Yo, you weren't supposed to see this." Rasheeda pushes past him. Inside, stacks of paperwork, printer ink everywhere, and fake contracts laid out on the dining table. But that's not even the worst part. Kirk was sitting at the table. Not alone. Their son Carter was helping him. Yes, Kirk had Carter signing his name on brand documents. Forgery. Rasheeda's hand went straight to her phone. She didn't scream. She recorded the entire thing. "You brought our son into this mess," Kirk stammered. "He wasn't gonna submit it. We're just preparing a backup, that's all. In case you go too far." "It's too far," she snapped. "You used our child to forge brand control documents, Kirk. That's not too far. That's federal." Ronnie tried to snatch the phone. Rasheeda spun. Aranda said, "Touch me, and you'll be named in the report too." That night, Rasheeda filed an emergency child protection order and sent screenshots and footage to her legal team. The next morning, social media blew up. TMZ headline: Rasheeda alleges Kirk used son in brand forgery scheme, Shade Room post. Carter involved. Fans begged Rasheeda to press charges. Commenters were in chaos. He's officially lost it. This isn't messy anymore. It's criminal. If you ever needed proof, Rasheeda was the only brains behind the brand. Here it is. Even VH1 dropped a statement. Production is aware of the developing situation between cast members Rasheeda and Kirk Frost. We are cooperating with legal proceedings and pausing all promotional use of press footage until further notice. Then ... Kirk filed a counterclaim. That's right. He accused Rasheeda of defamation, undue emotional harm, and brand hijacking. He also accused her of manipulating fan opinion with staged narratives, basically saying she turned the audience against him on purpose. Rasheeda clapped back with receipts, audio recordings, emails, texts, years of timeline evidence, and then she dropped the final dagger, an official rebranding announcement. Not just a logo change, not just a name tweak, a full exit. She's walking away from press and launching ... double quotes, UNMUTED. Global women's empowerment brand with fashion, cosmetics, media, podcasts, and real-life entrepreneur boot camps. UNMUTED. Built by Rasheeda. Owned by Rasheeda. For women who refuse to be silenced. The first rollout dropped within 24 hours. Limited edition clothing sold out in 2 hours. Celebrity influencers posted support. Ciara, Candy, even Megan Thee Stallion fans flooded the site. The server crashed. And the best part? The brand wasn't tied to Kirk in any way. Not a penny. Not a contract. Not a clause. This was Rasheeda reborn. And as for Kirk, he still hasn't signed, but the streets are saying he has no choice left. Because now he's being investigated for tax manipulation, forgery, fraud involving a minor and Rasheeda. She ain't even angry anymore. She's focused. She's winning. And the story ain't over yet. The day had come. Superior Court of Fulton County. The case: Rasheeda Buckner Frost versus Kirk Frost. The courtroom packed. Not with press. They were banned, but with tension. Kirk walked in first. No entourage. No suit and tie swag. Just silence. He looked tired. A man realizing too late that he burned every bridge he needed to cross. Rasheeda entered next. And y'all, she didn't walk in. She'd glided. All white power suit, hair laid, eyes locked forward. And when the bailiff called her name, she'd said, "Present." And ready? The judge, an older black woman known for her strict no-nonsense rulings, opened the folder, thick with years of disputes. "You two have been in my courtroom more times than some lawyers," she said, peering over her glasses. "But this time it ends." You could hear Kirk swallow from the second row. The court listened to Rasheeda's legal team. First, receipts, evidence, audio documents. Everything from back taxes to hidden withdrawals to Kirk's cousin Ronnie testifying that Kirk used to brag that Prest wouldn't exist without his grind. The crowd gasped. Then Rasheeda took the stand, and what she said deserves to be framed. "I stayed silent when he cheated. I stayed loyal when he lied. But using our son to falsify brand documents, that broke something in me. I'm not here to ruin him. I'm here to reclaim me." People teared up. Even the judge paused. When Kirk took the stand, he stumbled. "I made mistakes, but she's not innocent either. It's the unmuted thing. She cut me out like I was never part of her." Come up. The judge didn't flinch. "Were you a part of her come up, Mr. Frost, or her downfall?" Silence. And then came the verdict. The judge cleared her throat in the matter of business division. Pause. "I hereby grant Rasheeda full, uncontested control over all branding, IP, and revenue from Pre-Seed and any affiliated ventures previously held jointly in the matter of child endangerment and forgery. This court finds sufficient cause to refer the case to state investigation, and in the matter of personal assets." Pause again. Kirk Frost is ordered to vacate the Frost residence. Within 30 days, all remaining joint accounts will be split, and all contracts forged using the minor's name are declared null and void. Bang. Gavel dropped. Rasheeda won. Clean sweep. Outside the courthouse, it was like Beyoncé stepped out. Crowds gathered, phones recording, but Rasheeda didn't stop to speak. She simply looked at the camera and said, "This is what freedom feels like." The clip went viral within the hour. Even Oprah reposted it, with the caption, "Grace, Power, Voice." Rasheeda is unmuted. Back inside, Kirk sat alone on the bench. His attorney walked away. His phone buzzed. Carly read calling. He ignored it. That's when his mom, who had shown up quietly in the back, walked up to him and whispered, "You should have let her go years ago. Now she'll let you go for real?" Kirk didn't reply because he knew 2 weeks later, Rasheeda dropped a surprise live stream, not to bash, not to throw shade, but to thank her supporters. She shared clips of her new unmuted team, spoke about mentorship, programs for single moms and girls from broken homes. And then she revealed she was launching her first unmuted pop-up store in Dubai. Yes. International. And the final twist. She invited one person to cut the ribbon with her. Carter, the same son Kirk dragged into his brand mess, now standing next to his mom, proud, protected, and smiling. Rasheeda knelt beside him and said, "Always choose truth, baby, even when it hurts." The fans sobbing. But Kirk, he wasn't done trying. From a burner account, he posted a comment under the live stream. "You can't unmute the lies." People figured out it was him within minutes, and he was dragged. One fan wrote, "Sir, the judge muted you. Sit down." Another said, "Should have protected the brand and the woman who built it." He deleted the comment and deactivated his page. Rasheeda, meanwhile, signed a multi-million-dollar licensing deal with a global fashion platform. Unmuted would now include athleisure, accessories, and a fragrance line. The name, Closure. In the promo shoot, Rasheeda walked through flames in slow motion, leaving burned letters on the ground spelling Mrs. Frost. And that's how the Rasheeda era ended. And the unmuted empire began, not just as a brand, but as a message. You can love someone and still outgrow their betrayal. You can forgive someone and still never let them back in because, in the end, silence protects no one. But Rasheeda, Shand, if you made it this far, you already know this ain't just about Rasheeda and Kirk. This is about every woman who stayed silent too long. Rasheeda stood up, spoke out, and walked away with her head high and her brand intact. That's power. It's unmuted. So now we want to hear from you. Do you think Kirk deserves a second chance? Or was this the final straw? Drop your thoughts, your reactions, and your favorite Rasheeda moment in the comments right now. And don't forget, hit that like button if you felt this. Smash subscribe if you ride for Rasheeda, and turn on those post notifications because you already know. New receipts, new drama, new truth. We'll be back. Until then, stay bold, stay loud, stay unmuted. Protected herself.